Namaskar, how are you all doing? This is me, Neha Goyal from Neha Goyal Dream Reading, and I welcome you all. So, here's a story that I wanted to tell you all. Maybe a lot of you, specifically if you are from south of India, maybe you already know about this story. And why I want to put this story across is because it has a great message. So, this is a story of Vishnu avatar of Vaman Dev. In south, in Kerala, somewhere around that region, there was a great king called Bali. Bali was basically an asura, and he had been able to conquer everything that you can put your eyes on or not. For example, he was able to conquer the earth, the sky, the heavens, everything he had conquered. This made Indra very insecure. Indra, who is the king of the Devas. So all the Devas, including Indra, they went to Lord Vishnu, saying, Prahimam, Prahimam, Bali has been able to conquer the everything, and that brings about a disbalance. He's an asura. So now that these Devas have come to Vishnu Dev, whoever goes and says something to Vishnu Dev, and if he finds value in it, he says, okay, fine, I will help you. And once Vishnu has said that I will help you, that means so it is, it will be done. Now back on earth, what is happening is that Bali, the king Bali, had organized a homa. He has organized a havan, and that havan is going to strengthen it's going to make him invincible. While that havan is happening, by the way, his guru is Shukracharya, which is Venus. So they're doing the havan, they're doing everything just so that he becomes further invincible. That means nobody can actually, after that, nobody can harm him. And Vishnu has taken a Vaman avatar. Vaman avatar, if you really go and Google about Vaman avatar, he looks like a dwarf, a child, and somebody you might not want to take seriously. You would never think that that person is actually a Vishnu avatar, the grand Vishnu avatar. So what he does is, Vaman avatar, and there is a thing in Homa that whatever the Brahmin asks for, the king has to give. I mean, they can refuse to give also, but if they have to behave like a king, the king just has to give. So what the Vaman avatar does is that you will have to grant 3 wishes of mine, because Bali has asked him, what is it that you want? Why have you come here? So he says, you will have to grant me 3 wishes. In the meanwhile, Shukracharya, who is the guru of Bali, says that I think there is a trick here. I think he is Vishnu Dev. So I would suggest you not to take a sankalp. In the olden days, if you have taken a sankalp with water, then you have to abide by it. It's like you have put an energy into motion and you cannot fall back on it. Bali says, doesn't matter. Even if it is Vishnu Dev, imagine he's come over here. Let me go ahead. I mean, what's the max can happen? He's just a dwarf, even if it is Vishnu. So now so this one takes a sankalp, Bali takes a sankalp that, okay, fine, I will grant you these 3 wishes. His wish was that wherever I put my 3 steps, you will give me that land. And Bali is wondering that 3 steps, how does it even matter? Like, he's a dwarf. So he takes a sankalp and he says, fine, these 3 steps, wherever you will put, are yours. Now that wish has been granted, okay, what Vaman avatar, who is basically Vishnu, does is that he expands. And he expands to such an extent that his 1 foot covers the entire earth, his other foot covers the entire sky. And then he asks, I still have 1 step left. Where do you want me to put that? Bali says, put it on my head. This is yours, make me yours. And then Vishnu avatar of Vaman Dev puts this 3rd step on Bali's head. When he puts this last step, the 3rd step on Bali's head, Bali goes into Patala Loka. And then Vishnu Dev, happy with the kind of surrender that Bali has shown, he tells Bali that you are going to be the next Indra. In the meanwhile, you go and guard my doorsteps. Okay, so basically Bali lost everything but gained a lot more. This is also the story of Shravana Nakshatra. So what is the hidden meaning of this story? If not surrender, the hidden meaning of this story is surrender. And in the beginning, even if you, after surrendering to that higher intelligence, to the God, whatever deity, whatever anything that you believe in, even if in the beginning it feels like you are losing everything, just as Bali lost what he thought was everything, but that surrender made him reach the heights that he couldn't have. Today we are telling his story. He has become so popular. Back in Kerala, in the south, he's worshipped. You know, there is Onam. Onam is a festival which is dedicated to this particular story. So this has a hidden message of surrender. And there are many such stories where they teach you this particular aspect of surrender, also called Sharanagati. Basically, if you surrender, even if you think you have lost everything, the universe has more to give to you. And these kind of messages are replicated in several stories in the ancient